So the first step in having existing content that can be consumed through a web browser, then to be consumed through an Alexa, you have four basic items that you have to think about. You have to think about the content itself. What does it look like and how is it currently formatted and stored in your content management system? The second is the conversation and flow. We would think about the content as it being laid out on a screen. How should it be formatted? Where are the breaks? What's the font size? How's it going to be shrunk or widened based upon the screen? Now we have to think about a conversation and flow. How do we want the user to ask for the information? It used to be type something into a search box and the information would come back to you and then the user would click and find it. Now we have to have a dialogue about how the user is going to look for the information. And you can't present too much information to the user all at once. It has to be in smaller pieces, and we'll see that in the examples. Where with a web page, you had the infinity scroll perhaps, where you would generate as much visual content as possible, and the person would just use their finger on an iPad or a tablet and scroll up through it. Now it's back and forth. You have to chunk up the conversation and chunk up the content so the user can consume it. So that's the second piece. And then there's the presentation of the content in the form of speech. And also what's nice about Alexa is that it has what's called a card, so that if there is a visual piece to the content, a user can use their smartphone and see the photo or the video or click on a link in their smartphone to get more visual information if that's a piece of what you're presenting. Then finally, there's the implementation strategy. Can you format a skill template so that it can be used over and over and over again, and a small amount of formatting can happen to the conversation and a small amount of formatting can happen to present it to the user?